Marcellin always stood out for me as a college that provided something extra. My name's Marco de Cesare and I'm the principal here at Marcellin College. And this was the college we chose for our boys. And they only finished last year, so I've just finished being a dad at the college. What I love about the college is it has continued to evolve from 75 years ago. It's always responding to the needs of the community for that time. I really love a photo that I show at each enrolment period to our incoming parents, and it's a photo of 117 boys on that first day of Marcellin College here in Melbourne. But to where we are now with 1,200 students, I think still just as eager, still as enthusiastic, and still really wanting to learn about the world and who they are and their place in the world.
It was announced that the Morris brothers were starting a new school at Camberwell, so I started there as a day one boy in 1950. Well, it was special because it was a new school, just over 100 students in that first year. A lot of changes had taken place. The stables were being turned into classrooms. The roof had to be jacked up to become the science laboratory, the asphalt area where we played cricket and football. A few bruises arose. Many of the parents were heavily involved, either helping out in the tuck shop or, in the case of the mothers, or working bees in the case of the fathers. Yeah, there was a good spirit in the school.
My name's Al Parkin and this is my wife Laurie. I was employed in 1967 to teach chemistry, and the man who interviewed me was Brother Leo Hurley. And when I arrived for the job interview, Brother Egbert was painting a no parking sign, which he hadn't quite finished, and so it said no parking. And he was quite happy to quote that story many, many times, many years later. Quite amusing, really. When I started, the building went to where the dais is now. I have seen the other half of the building get built. I have seen the library get built. That used to just be a gymnasium down there and a tuck shop. Now it's music school down there. I was here when that oval was built. We saw the tennis courts go from the car park down to the bottom, and then all the new science block.
There was the beginning of the chapel. The buildings being extended all over those years.
I quite often see Marcellin boys around the town, and I'll walk up to them and say, "How's Mr. Abbott getting on?" They look at me and, "Who are you?" sort of thing, And then I'd tell them a little story that I taught Mr. Abbott in year 12.
It's like a family. Some of our very best friends are the Marcellin staff and their families. Last Friday every month we meet at different pubs and chew the rag, and at the age we're at now, it's supporting each other in old age.
Yeah.
Well, my name's Margaret Tanky. We moved from Perth in 1973. Changed a lot since we first came, yeah. It was just the library and the school over here. Brother Joseph, who was the principal at the time, just one day said to me about being president of the Ladies Auxiliary, and he said, "Oh, good on you," and that was it. No election or anything. We'd have functions and raise money for the school. We all worked very hard. My best friends are ladies that I met when I first came to Marcellin. We started the Mothers Luncheon. It was just for past mothers, but now it's present and past mothers. We used to run an art show every year, and that was a big event. Got a great affection for the place and the people and, what it meant to us.
So my Marcellin story began in 1978 when I arrived on my first day of school. I was the youngest of 4 girls. I'd been largely comfortable in an all-girls school, and then to come to an all-boys school was quite a dramatic difference. I was one, I think, of 11 or 12 girls. Happy to say there were many fond memories. It does feel very special in retrospect, and now to have been the only mother-daughter combination at Marcellin College. Mum was very passionate about Marcellin. She loved teaching here. Having been here only for 1 year, it was a very formative year. I think your final year of school is always very bonding, and I do remember Mum, for some reason I will never understand, volunteered to have the end of year school party at our house. She really felt very strongly connected. We had her I think her 70th birthday in the functions room was very much a part of her life, and therefore has stayed a strong part of my life. And I feel very proud when people actually ask me where I went to school, and they always look sideways when I say I'm a Marcellin old girl.
Came here in 1986, and then in 1990 I was appointed the first non-brother or first lay principal at the school. It was a very significant honour. As a Marist school, it was obviously very steeped in the Marist tradition. One of the challenges I had was to ensure that that wasn't lost with a non-brother as the principal of the school. I think over the years we achieved that. We had two campuses here and the original campus in Camberwell. The challenge was to improve the numbers. It led to a very difficult decision, which was to eventually move the school all onto this site. Thankfully, in 1990 there were about 890 kids in the school, and by the year that I left there were over 1,100 students in the school, which meant that it was the right move in lots of ways, because now the school is at around 1,300, I think. My legacy in one sense is that the first principal of the school to have grandsons at the school, returning to Saturday morning sport and watching them play sport now as a grandfather rather than the school principal.
Back when I was a baby, when my dad was involved in Marcellin College, I was always down on the footy fields or watching him coach. And ever since then, I've been really involved with Marcellin, being a student representative for 3 years before being sports captain this year. There's so many different variety of kids who are involved in sport, especially from year 7. Everyone is super involved, so you get to learn a lot about new people and how everyone's different. And I think sport's a good example to realise what you can deal with and how you can build off of challenges. It's really helped me build as a person. I know that if I see someone out in the public, even a teacher, everyone's always really nice and says hi. And I know it is just really important to be involved as much as I can be inside and outside of the classroom.
I know that Marcellin will continue to thrive. It offers something that our community needs, and I think that our community appreciates. We will continue to grow, our programs will grow, but fundamentally our characteristics and our heart will remain the same. And that is my hope for the next 75 years, that we never lose sight of our Marist heart.
Yeah, I would like to congratulate the college on its 75th year. It's been a wonderful journey.
Happy birthday.
Congratulations on reaching 75 years. Thank you for what Marcellin has meant to us over many years. Care for each other.
Just like to take this opportunity to wish everybody a happy 75th anniversary. Enjoy and celebrate the achievements of this great college.
Congratulations, Marcellin College, on 75 years, and here's to 75 more.